The Last Visitor. The old house stood on a hill overlooking the town. It had been empty for years and no one dared to go near it. It was said to be haunted by the ghost of its former owner, a mad scientist who had conducted experiments on his own children. One night, a group of teenagers decided to go to the house to see if the rumors were true. They snuck onto the property and made their way inside. The house was dark and dusty, and the air was thick with the smell of decay. The teenagers explored the house, and soon they came to the laboratory. The room was filled with strange machines and equipment, and there were bloodstains on the floor. The teenagers were starting to get scared, but they decided to keep exploring. They went into a back room, and that's when they saw it. The ghost of the mad scientist was standing in the corner, and he was staring at them. The teenagers screamed and ran out of the house. They never went back, and they never told anyone what they had seen. But the story of the last visitor to the old house is still told around town, and it's said that the ghost of the mad scientist is still waiting for his next victim. As the teenagers ran out of the house, they could hear the sound of the mad scientist's laughter echoing through the house. The laughter was high-pitched and maniacal, and it seemed to be coming from everywhere at once. The teenagers could see the mad scientist's eyes glowing red in the darkness. His eyes were so bright that they seemed to cast a shadow on the walls, and they were filled with a malevolent light. The teenagers could also see the bones of the mad scientist's children scattered around the laboratory. The bones were bleached white, and they were all different sizes. Some of the bones were still connected to each other, and others were scattered all over the floor. As the teenagers ran out of the house, they felt a cold, clammy hand on their shoulder. The hand was so cold that it felt like it was made of ice, and it sent a shiver down their spines. The teenagers ran as fast as they could, and they didn't stop until they were safe at home. They never went back to the old house, and they never spoke of what they had seen that night. But the story of the last visitor to the old house is still told around town, and it's said that the ghost of the mad scientist is still waiting for his next victim.